How's
What's
it
up?
going?
What's up? So finally we are back.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to welcome to the show. Really appreciate you guys. Please go ahead, like and subscribe before we get started. And today we have a good show prepared for you guys. Sorry, I'm in my car. My internet went to shit yesterday, so I will be back in the house in the studio tomorrow evening. But for right now, I guess we gotta do it from the car. So
Hey,
let's
and
get it done.
for today's episode, we're gonna dive in and to see how exactly the difference between. Well, we just, what we want to do is a recap for those that don't remember Obama's presidential and how many bombs Obama did. We'd like to bring it back, a full circle, kind of like Jen Psaki say, bring it back, circle back. We want to circle back, and we just want to bring this because apparently so many people do not understand that Obama bombed a lot of innocent people. So this is a clip we're gonna share right now, and let's see. Here we go.
There's no precedent for what Donald Trump has done here. We have never in American history seen a president who claims that there is authority to strike civilians.
But when a U.S. citizen goes abroad to wage war against America and is actively plotting to kill U.S. citizens, his citizenship should no more serve as a shield than a sniper shooting down on an innocent crowd should be protected from a SWAT team.
So there's a new book out by Mark Halperin and John Heilemann, Double Down Game Change 2012. It's got a lot of revelations that people are talking about. President Obama's line, apparently he told his aides that he's now, quote, really good at killing people. Now, that's in reference to the drone program. That's a little disturbing.
The Obama administration says between 64 and 116 civilians have been killed by drones and U.S. airstrikes in Pakistan, Yemen, and Africa.
Did you hear that? How many people? How many civilians? I'm gonna
Shit.
rewind it back. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, play the game because it's a lot. It's a lot of
Yemen
people.
and U.S. airstrikes in Pakistan, Yemen, and Africa since 2009.
Let's go.
Because
That's a little disturbing.
Here we go.
the Obama administration says between 64 and 116 civilians have been killed.
Dude, if Trump would have done that, I think there would be an outcry. There'd be streets burning.
They would impeach him again for the third time.
Yeah, 100 and man, I'm sorry. That's already too much of a fear.
It is a lot, and that's the context that people do not understand. It's the same. It's the same thing as Obama deported a lot of people back then without due process, but now Trump is not even doing half of what Obama did, and he get blamed for it. It's the double standards within the left is incredible. So go ahead, finish that video, please.
Yes, sir.
Killed by drones and U.S. airstrikes in Pakistan, Yemen, and Africa since 2009. Because drone strikes are so shrouded in secrecy, details about the number of civilians killed are often difficult to obtain, and human rights groups have long claimed the administration undercounts civilian casualties.
Mistakes, sometimes deadly mistakes, can occur.
Something that left the administration vulnerable to claims from opportunistic politicians playing on the fears of paranoid, ill-informed Americans. It's important to remember that Obama has a constitutional responsibility to use any legal means at his disposal to protect the American homeland.
It is not written in the Constitution. It is not implied in the very limited that the president has.
Do some civilians die as a result of strikes? Of course. But it's also a necessary evil of the complete debacle that President Obama inherited.
There are some critics on the left who would argue we haven't gone far enough on that. I would argue that we've gotten it about right, although I'm the first one to admit that we didn't get it all right on day one. Remember that the terrorists we are target civilians. And the death toll from that dwarfs any estimate of civilian casualties from drone strikes. So doing nothing is not an option.
I interviewed David Shedd, who on my podcast, What the Hell is Going On Today, who was the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency under Obama. And he said, we did double tap strikes all of the time. In fact, we usually had a second Predator in the sky waiting for the intelligence to clear to see if there were any survivors so we could take them out. So this was a regular practice under the Obama administration because they were going after terrorists. Trump has declared these people foreign terrorist organizations. He's using the same authority as the Obama administration.
There's no precedent for.
Hey, Robert, real quick. So I read somebody on Facebook. They were talking maritime law and different laws that carry when you open, when you are in international waters, and they were mentioning that when people or vessels do not use the appropriate identification flags, or they don't have a manifesto, a legal manifesto of what they're carrying or transporting, they are classified as pirates. You know what I mean? Because they're not following maritime laws. So in that case, Donald Trump is on the right because he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Well, that I didn't know that. That's crazy. So
I know.
if they're considered pirates, then technically isn't that some type of terrorist or a threat or some type of
It's the same thing in Somalia. It's when they have vessels being invaded or boarded by pirates all the time. And what they do, they shoot at them. They defend themselves. They're hiring a security for those vessels to protect the vessel from the pirates. They do the same thing here. The only difference is they're transporting illegal. You know what it is, either F or either C, to not say the word. They transporting that in open waters, and there is no fishing rods. There is no fishing nets. You know what I mean? It's only 55-gallon drums full of and 4-engine or 3 or 5-engine boat in the middle of the ocean, like over 150 miles away from the coast. So Trump is doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I don't mind. And by the way, open waters is less collateral damage to buildings, and innocent people are dying. If you're in open water carrying drugs, by all means blow him up.
and that's the thing. So in open waters, it almost seems like there would be less human interaction. I mean, there's not just random people in the ocean. There's especially in open waters and deep blue. I mean, I'm sure there's private boats, but like every time I've gone offshore, there's always, you could see the Coast Guard or but it's hardly rare, right? You see them, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, do you? I know you probably pull up. Can you pull up the stats about Obama doing drone strikes and non-combat areas, whether it's Somalia or can you blow that? Can you make a close up on that? Because I can't. I'm on my phone. I know you did it last time. There we go. Let me see if I can read. Let's see if I can read. Yep. So how many strikes did Obama did? 500 and how many? 63 airstrikes.
Okay, so it shows to be that Obama in 2009 to 2017, it's estimated just in Pakistan, This is I'll read it here. President Barack Obama significantly expanded the use of drone strikes as a part of the U.S. counterterrorism operations, particularly in Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. Outside of the declared war zone, here are the most commonly cited and credible figures from independent monitoring organizations. Pakistan, it was 563 estimated strikes just in Pakistan alone. In Yemen, it was 154 to 176. In Somalia, where all this, supposedly these good civilians or good people that are like Minnesotians, there was Obama bombed them, 1422 missiles, not low, but one is too many, remember, right? So the total non-battlefield is the number between 563 to 735. Overall, including Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, it was estimated to be 1,800 to 2,500 airstrikes.
Okay, I have one question for you, Robert. Okay, we have Elan Omar from Somalia. All right, she was already in United States by the time Obama was president. If she had the same energy with Donald Trump, why she didn't have the same energy? I know she was probably a minor or something back then with Obama, but why would you join to the same party that bombed your country with drone strikes? Why would you join the same party?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
It is crazy. But now, let's say Donald Trump and start bombing Somalia. Let's say, hypothetically, Donald Trump find ISIS terrorist cells in Somalia and conduct two airstrikes. I guarantee you, you will see Elon Omar 24/7 on CNN, MSNBC, crying about it, war crimes, targeting my people. This is a political, I would say, a political hit. He killing my people because he hate me. He hates Somalians. I guarantee you. But when Obama did all the strikes, I didn't hear Elon Omar protesting or complaining about it.
Well, okay. Where was Omar in around this time frame?
Let's say
2009.
let's say 2014. Let's say where she was. Can you look it up? Where she was 2013, 2014. Because I guarantee you, she was running, or yeah, she was close to run probably. Because I mean, if you look back, it's almost 10 years ago when that happens. When Obama left office.
Okay, so in 2009, Ilan Omar was married to Ahmed Noor Said Elim, a British Somalian. This marriage was legally recognized in the civil ceremony, and they divorced in 2011. According to their faith tradition, Omar later reconciled with her first husband, Ahmed, and they remarried in their faith tradition in 2018, legally divorced. So hold on, this is when so around this time is when she married her brother, I believe, is what I'm understanding here.
Really?
So yeah, let's see. People saying fact check. Let's see what this says. Hold on, almost shows this instead. Um, Mars history doesn't it? Blah 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 blah. Wait a minute. How many? So is it? I mean, this is me being ignorant, but divorce and remarry?
I guess she remarried to her husband because she couldn't get remarried again, to somebody else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I thought she was um I don't know. That's something that I should have researched, but I don't know. Can Muslims? That's just a good question because I mean I'm sure in some form of Christianity, like it is not permissible. What it really isn't allowed to divorce. If real follower of Christ.
Yeah.
So
Damn. So it is
being
when she
Christian,
got into
that's
Congress, 2020.
uh, let's see. Let's find. Uh,
I don't know. It
let's
makes no sense to
see
me to join the
right
same party
here.
than that bombed my country in the first place.
Yeah,
It does not make
exactly.
sense.
Like why? Why?
Why would you join the
Mm-mm-mm.
party that bombed your country? Like it doesn't make sense though. It's like a lot of people complaining about
Oh,
Donald
she
Trump
assumed
deporting their family
office
members. You know what I
in
mean? It's like
2000
people complaining
January
about.
3rd.
Yeah, go ahead. It's kind of laggy.
Okay. She assumed office in January 3rd of 2019.
Okay, so basically a year prior, Donald Trump leaving the office. Okay,
Scratch that.
so
No, it was January 2nd of 2017.
17, 17.
Hmm.
So it was in
Oh
the
yeah, you know
middle
what? I
of.
remember. She was part of the squad, remember?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
She's
yeah,
part of
yeah.
the squad.
They once they got into office, she went straight up to impeach Donald Trump. But yet, 3 years, not even 3 years, 2.5 years prior, Obama was bombing the hell out of Somalia.
Yeah, but like you said, it doesn't make sense. Why would you join the party that's bombing your country that you so much love that you had to leave to come to the country that you hate? It just
Right.
doesn't make sense, right?
It does not make
I mean,
sense. And the funny part is as representative, because she's not even a senator. As representative, she got elected, and basically she was the poster child of minorities taking over. That's when Minnesota came to be. That's when Minnesota came to light, when people realized, oh, they have Muslims in Michigan or Minnesota. You know what I mean? That's when the people start noticing the pattern of what was going on and on those cities. And it is incredible how, she got involved with the party that bombed her country in the first place. Because Donald Trump was a year and a half in power when she got into Congress. So that means she was eyeballing or running for small offices back in 2015 and prior. You know
yeah.
what I mean? During Obama. So it does not make sense. It's kind of weird to me. So it's just like very odd that you would kind of join the party that bombing your country. It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
Yeah,
Just the
it
thought
just
about
doesn't
it
make
is,
sense.
yeah, it does not make sense. Talking about not making sense, we man, I had it in my head just on the next topic, but now we finding out like allegedly Thomas Massey and Rand Paul, they allegedly receiving money from Venezuela.
What?
Yes, and that's why they are opposed from to Trump taking drone strikes on those boats. And I was wondering why they complaining. Why they are in the same party? Why they not standing behind Donald Trump? And that came up a couple days. This morning, in fact, I sent you the video of Ben Dyke's uh, YouTube channel, and he was talking about it, and he mentioned it. I think it's in the minute and 25 of the video. Yeah, that's the. We're gonna play a short clip of that video, about a minute, so you can get the context out of it. But it for me, it was kind of revealing to me that they were getting millions of dollars from the Maduro regime. Insane.
You know, and the thing is, Julio, it's just crazy. Rand Paul, who was, I want to say I used to like his politics back when, you know, Trey Gowdy and all them, but I don't know now. I'm starting to see that there were rhinos, swamp monsters.
I know. I was, yeah. I'm with you. I used to see Rand Paul and Thomas Massey as the moderates on the party. You know what I mean? I used to see them as the moderates, but now it is like, even though they're Republicans, I'm like, come on, there is some stuff that I'm not agree with their decisions. Sometimes they opposing to simple stuff that Donald Trump proposed. They just like, no, we cannot do it that way. And everybody else is, you know, behind the prepositions or behind the ideas, but they decide to go left or to go right. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like they're always them too. Have you realized that it's always them two together?
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of disappointing because, I mean, like, dude, like you're fighting against your own party.
Yeah, exactly.
And on things that, you know, the majority of your party is in support of, and they
Yep.
just don't want to vote for it, right? So it's
For
just
some
like,
reason, they just want to vote. They just like, oh, we're going against it. Just I guess just some piece of Trump or something. I don't know. Does
well,
not make sense.
now this makes sense. It shows lights that this Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul is a scumbag, a sleazy scumbag. Now, again, this is just hearsay, right? I shouldn't be
Allegedly.
judging him. Yeah, it's all allegedly, but I'm smart enough to do my own research, and I invite everybody to do so. But it seems like Mitch McConnell, the whole theory about his name, Cocaine Mitch, all that's starting to make. I'm sorry, it's starting to make like maybe they weren't just rumors, and you know they were part of that establishment that made people dislike the Republican Party. And honestly, I really do believe this is going to shed some light. So let's see. I mean, again, y'all make your own consensus. Y'all go do your research, but we're just showing you videos for entertainment purposes. So here we go.
Implicated as one of the politicians that has been taking millions and millions and billions of dollars in bribes from who? The corrupt regime.
Senator, have you seen the video?
I have seen the video.
You certified video.
No, I've just seen what's been available in the media.
Okay.
I've read.
Could have benefited from the program and the money that was stolen. And so it's been really frustrating for people to not acknowledge the fact that we're also as Minnesotans, as taxpayers.
All but 8 are of Somali descent, and that has added to the spotlight being put specifically on your community. Why do you think this fraud was allowed to get so widespread?
Well, I want to say, this also has an impact on.
Why is it never the working American who gets put first? Why is it always the people who weren't supposed to be here? Why is it billionaires? Why is it Congress? Why is the narco cartels? And why, no matter what happens, does the blue collar worker always get told to price more? You've got Congresswoman Ilhan Omar here. Flip the script. Now the Somali people, the Somali criminals, then in fraud? When did the men and women who built this country stop being the priority? The people who pay the taxes, work the long shifts, raise the families, and keep the lights on. Somehow they're always last in line when accountability, protection, and justice are handed out. And today that frustration collides with two very political different stories happening at the exact same time. Ilhan Omar is responding to the fallout from this massive fraud and the case that tied to her home state. And a little later on, we've got Rand Paul is suddenly facing new scrutiny over Venezuela. Two sides of Washington, two separate controversies. What really working for anymore?
Businesses win $10,000.
And sorry, guys, but
Man, no, that's good, bro. That's crazy, and that's the problem that we run into now. We realizing, besides all the money had to be stolen from us, from the taxpayers, from all these Somalian and Muslim and all the people, even in our own party on the right side, stealing money from the taxpayers. It is a scheme that's that covered not only states but also covered the White House, Congress. Everybody has their hands in the cookie jar, and they start getting caught. And now we're realizing it's not. It's everybody stealing the money. Everybody, left or right.
And we had our suspicions, right? We all knew we all know politicians are evil and corrupt, but at certain point, there's gotta be like some type of like enough's enough, bro. Like, I mean, they just kept pushing and pushing to the bar, and to the point now you got Donald Trump as our president, if you like it or not. You know what I mean? But the thing is, he's our president. And he is actually cleaning the corruption. Thank God for that. But, we're finding out now, like you said, everyone's hands in that cookie jar. Everyone that we thought were worth the F are in that cookie jar. I'm just alarmed that, Rand Paul, I mean, yeah, lately he's been a sleazebag and whatnot. But now we know, I mean, at least the evidence is showing this makes sense why he's against his own party, and because he's a sleazebag. And like, I know I'm just going to massacre what Elon said, but he said the people that are actually the fraud are the ones that screams the loudest. And this is why, again, they're mad that we're bombing Venezuela, because we're messing with their money, which is not. It's really okay. Do you remember when they were talking trash? CNN was talking trash about bombing terrorists, narco drug dealers, and you know what they were saying? They're not narcos. They're just shipwrights delivering cocaine. Okay, so imagine me delivering drugs to your house, and a cop pulls me over. I'm not the drug dealer. I'm just delivering drugs. So they're going to let me go? Are they going to let me go?
Hell no.
No, they're going to put my ass in jail. Why? Because I'm delivering drugs. These guys were delivering drugs. Do I deserve to die? No, I do not. But I'm not trying to bring a boatload, hence the word, a boatload of drugs into a country. Okay, that's a whole different thing, because they're bringing fentanyl, cocaine, they're bringing all sorts of bad stuff. And if you ever had a family that's hooked on this stuff, I mean, you would be like, yeah, they deserve, because people OD and die, and it's just, I don't know. So Rand Paul, screw you. And we need more Congress people, or representative is the word that I'm trying to say. More representatives like Nick Tran, Valentina Gomez, who I'm telling you, she is on fire. I would vote her in like in a heartbeat. She's not in my district, but I implore anyone that watches this, go vote for Valentina Gomez. You know what I'm saying? We need to get these people out of here. And let's continue with this video, and let's see more shenanigans that are happening. So here we go.
The link. He said they're just now beginning to look into it. How confident are you that that's a false claim?
I'm pretty confident at the moment because there are people who have been prosecuted and who have been sentenced. It is a failure of the FBI and our court system.
So now she's going to blame the FBI, the same FBI that hid everything around that guy that put the device there. The FBI under Joe Biden. She giggles about this, about money, fraudulent, scammed money that is stolen from the American taxpayer with ties to a group that wants to do horrible things to people here in America. Who is this lady working for? Who's she working for? Who is she being paid by? Who is her priority? Because it doesn't sound like the United States of America, the citizens who are rightfully here, it doesn't sound like that's her priority.
Basically, charging them with these charges.
Yeah, because it's been recently discovered that we're sending $40 million a week to the Taliban. Let that sink in, Ilhan. Who is...
Dude.
I know, man. We've been sending that money still. 40 a week, 160 a month. Come on, man. That's $1 billion a year, roughly.
Man, that's...
We sending roughly almost $1 billion per year to the Taliban. Come on, man. Come on.
Have you seen the Doge meter lately?
No, I have not, to be honest.
I just got me curious right now. Let's see what we got here. We're still at... See, you see how they ramped it down. It's still a big number, but they ramped it down. And I have a feeling there's still more corruption. The only thing the good out of this is that we actually now have a head count of all the employee government, which this is something that should have happened a long time ago. So the fact that we're able to have this is still a good thing, but this was going up within like weeks, dude. And now it's just like, hey, you know what? We found enough corruption. Whoa. You know, maybe there's been some threats. That's why I got to give grace to my president, Donald Trump, because he's not... How do you tell someone, how do you tell someone we make this corruption, screw your life, sacrifice it? You know what I mean? If they're going to kill your children or your family, oh, well, this is America, right? He did it. He's okay doing it. He got a bullet through the ear. But how does he, the president of the United States, or anyone, how do you tell someone that you have to do that? You know what I'm saying? That's why I give grace, and which I know if JJ Carroll sees it, he's going to be like, oh, no, screw that. I'll put my life on the line, which that's fine. I know he will. I know he will. And I know, Donald Trump obviously did. He's got a bullet through the ear. But here's the thing. How do you get these people that really want to clean the government and not get scared for their loved ones, right? Because that's the thing. People think this is just like a movie or something, or there's going to be... This is real life. There's people out there that are, I mean, look what they did to Charlie Kirk. You don't think they would be able to do that with some people like Kash Patel or something, or Pam Bondi, or or a relative from them that you won't know? They'll do a Hillary Clinton, where she's like, oh, everyone around her is somehow suicidal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude.
I mean, it's getting weird because now they are threatening to unalive Candace Owens. That's why you haven't seen videos of her lately as much. You know what I mean? They just shut up the studio of Team Pool not even 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is a lot of stuff going on and a lot of violence coming. I will not even say from the left. I will say violence from the deep state. You know what I mean? So I mean, we've been targeted in so many ways, man. I'm telling you. JJ was talking about it a couple days ago that his channel is basically being shadow banned. He used to get tens of thousands of views daily. Now he barely get under 500 a day.
Yeah.
So
It the
even us,
machine,
it happened to us, to our
is
channel. We used to get tens of thousands of views on our videos, on our reels, and now we're just getting basically sometimes 20 to 100 views per video, which is insane. It's just like it happened overnight too. It's just like in one day we were doing thousands of views in our reels, and the next day we're just getting barely 1,000 sometimes.
well, and the thing is, the machine is fighting against us, the many, right? We are the silent majority, which now the thing as we're moving on with this administration, I honestly think, which I wanted to bring this up in another episode, maybe tomorrow's episode, but I'm just gonna point out of this because we're talking about the corruption and how Elon Omar and all the Somalian money, and then Rand Paul's taking money from Venezuela. And again, this is all hearsay. This is all just fun theories in the air, nothing to see here kind of conversations. But it's like we are so filled with swamp that the Trump administration has to act a certain way. They can't give too much of their plan as much as they were doing at first. Because at first they were going hard. They were going like full. I'm gonna say it. We're probably gonna get canceled, but I'm gonna say it. They went full retard, all right? And like the Tropic Thunder movie, you never go full retard. They went full retard. I mean, they were finding corruption like right away and this and that, and then suddenly, like I keep bringing this up, Elon says, hey, there's just, what? I'm out. I gotta be out. I want to live. I'm out. I mean,
Yeah.
he spooked him that bad that he just got out. That's it. He got out. And in the beginning, Trump did look defeated and discouraged. But then who does he? How do you tell the guy, no, don't give up. You got to keep fighting. Oh, well, you might lose a relative or you might lose your life or whatever, but keep pressing. How do you say that? So all you can say is like, well, it is what it is. But the man didn't quit, right? Donald Trump hasn't quit till I know he's still president, right? So he's just trying to maneuver and find out who is the rat within the midst of his group, because he clearly has a rat. Charlie Kirk look at that, right? Look what happened to him. That did not just happen. I don't care what they say, that shooter, whatever, there was an inside job. There were so many people there that obviously the range of his followers, there was too many older people there that just seemed very suspicious. Obviously, they didn't treat the crime like a crime scene. So I'm not saying the government's involved, but what I'm saying is that it is we don't trust each other is what I'm trying to say. And there is horrible people in the government, and it's clearly evident by this Elon Omar, because I can tell you any Democrat out there honestly knows she's not a good person.
No, she's not.
It really isn't.
No, she's not.
They just won't admit it. She's not a good person.
No.
She really isn't. And a lot of people won't admit it in the left, but she is really not, because she's not for the American people, and she's more for Somalia. It's not even, she's not even hiding it. But my point back to this is, I have a feeling Trump's got a little move up his sleeve that might happen around tax season, and I would like to bet money, but knowing how Trump is, I don't know if he would do it then, because it just depends on what this birthright citizenship case goes. If it goes to the affirmative for our view, then I have a feeling he's going to do something that a lot of Republicans are not going to be happy, but they're going to be too distracted. And when I mean Republicans, I mean the followers, MAGA supporters, a lot of the people that are above age, because a lot of his supporters are in retirees and all that. So when tax season come and they get all these savings, because they're going to realize that, oh, I don't have to report taxes no more, because of thanks to the one big beautiful bill, and some people are going to get so much money. They're going to be happy, right? And then here comes this news that Donald Trump's going to do that is probably going to get them a little upset, but because they're so happy with savings, they're just going to be like, oh, well, let's keep going.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah, and you know what I think he's going to do? All right, I'm going to tell you. Here we go. So what I think Donald Trump is going to do is he's going hard on this deportation for a reason. He's trying to get as many bad cookies out there, or even cookies that don't belong here. And he's deporting them. And we're seeing a big job shortages of workers. Okay. And a lot of the stuff, the produce, like meats and anything to do with the farms going up, right? Because we have shortages and we're deporting all those, people that work in those farms, right? Well, I have a feeling he's going to make an amnesty. He's going to basically give citizens to a vast people that's already been here, that has already shown that they paid taxes in 10 years, never commit a crime, and if you qualify, you're going to get amnesty. You're going to get citizenship, and the DACA recipients and I think he's going to do that. And a lot of the movement is not going to be happy about it. But again, if he does it around that where the American people see the savings on their taxes, and then this, tariffs check that's going to come through around that time, that's the only time I think he would do it. And, I argued this with Grok, and he, obviously it's an AI, it could be 80% wrong. Or 80% right, whatever, each way you want to look at it. But it agreed with it's a Trump move, because that would boost the economy like you have no idea, because there's right now a lot of uncertainty, and there's so much work being built right now behind closed doors, that when this happens, Julio, I bet you that thing's gonna, I'm telling you, that's gonna change. Forget about the narco boats. They're blue people. These people are not gonna care. They're gonna be so happy. We're gonna have illegals voting for Trump, or now legal, voting for Trump.
Yeah, that's a good assumption. And Donald Trump always trying to do the same thing. People don't realize it, but Donald Trump like to shake the tree. The tree. He always kind of like disturb the market and make it so unstable. So when he make the next decision, people will not oppose to the idea, because they are so worried about, like a magician, he show you one little thing right here, but with the other hand doing other stuff. And, he get a lot of people distracted, and you're right. And now, I don't know if you have noticed, for people the seeing us, watching us right now, we're seeing prices of eggs dropping. We're seeing gas price dropping nationwide, not only in Texas, but nationwide. Today, I put gas like 2.19. I haven't seen 2.19 in years. $2.19 a gallon. That's cheap. That's very cheap. That's like back
Dude.
2019 prices. So we getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Oh, and by the way,
Conroe, I
Donald
seen a
Trump.
pump for 189.
Damn, man, that's cheap. But Donald Trump is playing with the idea of the $2,000, I would say, tariff money back to people. Like, so he's contemplating, he's playing with the idea. But my assumption is he will do it in a form of a tax break. If he would do it, would be in form of the tax break, which is better. I would say you will get it in your tax. Once you file for your taxes, you will get a tax break for $2,000, which is, by all means, for me, it's fine. So I'd rather for him to do that than to give out checks, and those checks ended up in the wrong hands, because a lot of people would be scamming for those checks. So if I was the president, I would do that. I would do a $2,000 credit per person in the tax returns automatically. So
And yeah, I agree with that too, because there's a lot of people that do not know how to, they get money crazy. But at the same time, we're in a situation, Julio, where I think that money would help a lot of people, though. Like,
oh yes,
yes. I would say
agree.
this in my household too, like there is and imagine some of us that are considered high, middle class, if we're struggling, I know, the lower middle class is struggling. Now, as far as the people with food stamps, they're probably struggling now and feeling the brunt of it, thanks to Donald Trump, which again, that's what I wanted to vote, because if we're hurting, everyone needs to hurt, because it just sucks, it's that's the fact of the matter, we're in it together, we're in the same boat. But taking it out of this negativity, I just want to bring humor to this episode before we wrap up. And Julio, I don't know if this is AI or not. I didn't see. I would hope it's not AI, because that's my president, and I don't care if it's controversial or not. But I don't know. It might be AI. I don't know. But here we go.
Let's see.
This is Trump's savage.
Man, my glasses are broke. There we go.
Here we go. I'm gonna share the screen first. Make sure it's on there. So if it's AI, it looks really good. All I gotta say, but it's very entertaining. Here we go. Let's hear it.
So I'm going over. I'm going to be meeting with generals and admirals and with leaders, and if I don't, I'm going to fire them right on the spot. So I'm going over.
He said, "If I don't,
that's Donald Trump.
Fire them."
I believe him. I believe him.
I believe him too, and that's. Hey, for all you out there that's saying, "You get what you vote." Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And you know what? I am so glad that he's our president. And it is what it is. But here goes another one. I think you've seen this one. This one.
Let's see.
Is my favorite. Here we go.
It's been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Dude, because he said he don't want to.
F around. He don't want to fight for.
That's basically what this meant.
I know. Donald Trump is a trip. But I would like to to give a shout out to Ben Dykes. That's the video that we played where Thomas Massey and Rand Paul were allegedly implicated taking money from Maduro, and the clip of Ilan Omar kind of like, throwing everybody under the bus and claiming now they are the victims like they always do. But they know that their time here is numbered, and it's just, I would say they are a couple months away to probably be a mass exodus in Minnesota, which, by the way, they already started arresting people and people getting deported in Minnesota and I believe in Dearborn. Uh, you know, we got ICE already working and doing what what they are, hired to do. So with that being said, Robert, thank you again for to put up a show. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please just give us a like, subscribe to the channel. We live Mondays and Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, 6:45, 6:30, 6:45 ish every night. So we are ready.
All right. Have a great one, guys.
Robert, have a good one, Robert. You look tired, Robert.
You too, Julio. I am tired. I had a stressful week.
I know you have. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. God bless you.